Four-step visual process. Four-step visual process is a pattern for keeping your eyes moving and scanning for potential danger in front of, above and below, and on all sides of your vehicle. It's how you will keep inventory of what is inside your capsule. You will spend no more than 1 second looking at each of the following items. Beginning with lower windshield, that is 5 seconds following distance ahead, back to the hood of your vehicle and gauges. Upper windshield, which is your 10 seconds or more distance awareness. Lower windshield again, you look at your lower windshield twice every 4 seconds because anything that happens in this area requires an immediate response. And lastly, you will look at one of your mirrors every 4 seconds. Which mirror you use every 4 seconds is up to you. Normally, you would want to alternate between mirrors on opposite sides in order to keep a full inventory of what is in your capsule. If you are in heavy traffic and not switching lanes, you might want to alternate between spot mirrors. Spot mirrors offer less information, but they won't keep your eyes to the side for as long, and they will still tell you if there is a vehicle next to you. When you see there is a vehicle next to yours in the spot mirror, it's human nature to further investigate with the rectangular mirror next time you look in that direction. From driving a car, we are aware that objects in the spot mirror may be closer than they appear. If you are switching lanes, you will want to use the rectangular mirror 3 to 4 times on the side you are moving to during your lane change. Then switch back to alternating spot mirrors. When looking at your upper windshield, you are looking at your 10 seconds or more distance awareness. If there is a possibility that your vehicle will come in contact with any object, approach with caution. Prepare to switch lanes if possible. If unable to switch lanes, start slowing down and prepare to stop. Things you would want to look out for, starting with overhead clearance objects, would be low cable wires, bridges, and branches. You will also want to look out for slow-moving, emergency, or stopped vehicles that may try to pull out in front of you or open a door. Remember, your view of a pedestrian may be blocked by a parked vehicle, building, tree, or sign. Also look out for potholes, road debris, road curve, and sudden changes in road grade. Do not assume that things will stay the same until after you pass a hazard. Do not assume that someone will move out of your way before you pass. Many drivers will say, "I hope that truck doesn't pull out, I can't change lanes," and just keep driving the same speed. When you start hoping a vehicle will not pull out, it's time to prepare for the vehicle to pull out. Slow down, put your turn signal on. If other vehicles don't let you switch lanes, at least you have reduced your speed. You may be able to switch lanes behind the vehicles that are next to you, or stop if the worst happens. Being prepared for a situation will keep you safe. Hope and luck will cause you problems. And finally, watch for any sign that warns you of any potential danger, such as lane closure, construction, school zone, speed limit, etc. When looking at your lower windshield, you are looking at your following distance, which should be at least 5 seconds in front of you, and you are looking back to the hood of your vehicle and at your gauges. Get a closer look at bridges, low cables, and branches detected on your upper windshield scan. Handle these situations accordingly. How to handle these situations will be covered under six-sided vehicle. Get a closer look at potholes, road debris, etc. Sometimes you cannot see trash or tire rubber in the road until you are close to it. That's why you spend 50% of your time looking into your lower windshield. Get a closer look at pedestrians and vehicles on the side of the road. Decide if you need to switch lanes or slow down. You will be looking at your 5-second following time regardless if there is a car there or not, because you need the information provided there to maintain your inventory of your capsule of awareness. When moving from lower windshield to upper windshield and back, you will scan from 5 seconds to 10 seconds automatically, so you won't need to think about the distance between 5 and 10 seconds because it's human nature to scan this way. As a visual representation of the 4-step process, you will be looking at lower windshield, upper windshield, lower windshield, left mirror, lower windshield, upper windshield, lower windshield, right mirror. Making eye contact with other people on the road is okay, but eye contact does not guarantee pedestrians or other vehicles will not move into your path. People walking too close to the road or parked on the side of the road know they are already at risk by intentionally ignoring danger. Prepare for others to do the most unpredictable thing possible, with or without eye contact. They are aware. You should prepare. If you are changing lanes to avoid a stopped vehicle or pedestrian, use the 3-step lane change, but also do not fully change lanes until you are close to the hazard you are avoiding. If there are other vehicles behind you, this gives you a choice. Finish the lane change if the hazard does enter your path, or go back to the right lane after you have cleared the hazard if the hazard does not enter your path. Keep in mind that once you switch to the left lane, vehicles in the right lane will not want to let you back in. If you are slowing down or stopping because you are unable to change lanes to avoid a pedestrian or stopped vehicle, or if traffic suddenly stops in front of you, use your emergency flashers to alert traffic behind you there is danger they are not aware of. Most drivers are used to seeing brake lights, but flashers will alert them that you are actually stopping and not brake riding. Everyone knows that there is limited visibility after dark. There are a few things that will help you, such as you can use brake lights and tail light movements from vehicles in front of you to warn you of problems in the road ahead of you. You can use headlight spray from vehicles in front of you to see distances further than your headlights can reach. You can use headlight spray from oncoming vehicles to warn you of debris in the road ahead of you. You can also avoid some eye fatigue by looking at the spray from oncoming vehicles' headlights spilling into your lane, which will help you avoid fixating on the headlights themselves. Intersections. What does a green light mean? Go? Wrong. A green light means proceed with caution. A green light should be considered a red light until you decide you are close enough to move through it, even if it turns yellow. When you mix the color green with red, you get the color brown. Until you decide you are close enough to travel through the green light, even if it turns yellow, we'll consider it brown. Once we decide the light is no longer brown, is it safe to proceed through the intersection? No. At this time, you need to stop looking at the traffic signal and look for cars or pedestrians that may enter the intersection in front of your vehicle. Scan each direction at least 2 to 3 times for vehicles to pull into your path. Look at the left lane, the oncoming lane, and the right lane, all several times each. Watch for pedestrian traffic on all corners. Be ready to stop even if you have the right of way. When you mix green with yellow, you get blue, so we'll call this stage a blue light. Once we decide we can make it through the intersection without the light turning yellow and without pedestrians or other vehicles crossing in front of our path, now we have a true green light and may proceed. Remember, we need to slow down at blind intersections so we will see vehicles hidden by buildings, trees, or other vehicles. By slowing down before a blind intersection, you are preparing the vehicle behind you for the possibility that you might stop by tapping the brakes. Keep in mind that most rear-end collisions don't happen when someone slows down to be cautious. They happen when someone stops suddenly with no apparent warning. So let's do a quick recap of the 4 degrees of intersections. We have a red light where a red traffic light is present, a brown light where there is a green traffic light that may turn yellow and cause us to stop. We have a blue light where the intersection is not brown. We have decided to go even if the light turns yellow. There may be another vehicle or pedestrian crossing the road in front of us, maybe illegally. We must be vigilant, scan, and prepare to stop. Once we call the intersection blue, we stop looking at the light if present and start looking for pedestrians or cross traffic. Even if there is no traffic light, an intersection is still considered blue until we are done scanning. Once we call an intersection green, it is now truly safe to proceed. Keep in mind that the mirror on your truck may be the obstruction that causes a catastrophic collision. You might need to look right as many as 5 times while scanning the intersection in order to see a vehicle hidden by your own mirror. On-ramps. There are 3 steps to passing an on-ramp, which are predict, assess, and compensate. First, as you approach an on-ramp, try to predict where other vehicles will fall in line in front of or behind yours. Next, assess. Judge people's behavior as aggressive or submissive by their speed as they approach your vehicle. And lastly, compensate. Keep in mind that you have the right of way. Make your movements smooth, calculated, and predictable. If a vehicle is slowing down, they plan to move behind you. If a vehicle is determined to merge in front of you, they are acting aggressively. They intend to pass you or have an accident trying. You will not be able to stop them. Be submissive. Do not be part of their accident. Correct your following distance as they merge in front of you by slowing down slightly. Do not jab the brakes unless absolutely necessary.